Hi everybody, Laura here, or should I say hello sunshine. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a sunshiny project to share with you that features the Hello Sunshine stamp set, which is included in the latest August card kit with Simon's stamps. So it's in the kit, but you can also purchase the stamp set separately if you choose to do so. I'm going to be featuring the good old stripe that's at the bottom of the stamp set. You know how I love a stripe or a strip? I like to strip it up. I like to stripe it up. You name it, I'm here for it. Okay, so I'm mounting the stripe at the top of a panel, which I have trimmed to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which I know is larger than what I'm going to need, so I can trim it down later. Okay, I'm using all Simon Says stamp inks, starting with Lemon Zing. It's very lemony and it's very zingy and it's great. And I'm purposefully trying to slow down and not over edit my videos. My last video where I did stitching, a lot of people commented that they wished I would have gone a little slower and shown more of the process. And I am guilty of going too fast and over editing my videos. I don't know why. I have a fear of getting boring or I don't know, I have issues. Okay, I'm going to purposefully try to slow down and show the process. Okay, so most of the time I stamp my stripes twice unless I don't need to. But if I need to, I do. And if maybe even 3 times, you got to do whatever you got to do. But every time I clean it off and then I bump up the panel a 1/2 inch. And you can see the little rulers on the side of the MISTI, which allow you to measure, and you can just bump your panel up 1/2 inch each time. And you never have to move the stripe stamp. And this allows for your stripes to be consistently, evenly spaced, consistently straight. It makes you feel like you really know what you're doing. You know what I mean? But by the way, I am using the new upgraded MISTI, which she's a Cadillac. I've had it for a while. She got it at Creativation. Ileana, who is the owner and inventor of the MISTI. She's sweet. And when I used to live in Illinois, she lived only like a 1/2 hour away from me. So I knew her. I was lucky. Very lucky that I know Ileana. So it's nice to have connections. And she gave me one at Creativation to give it a test drive. And I got to tell you, I love it. I have a few MISTIs, not going to lie. And I don't know how I ever lived without one, because especially stuff like this where you can stamp repeatedly, bump up your panel, and get it straight as a tack just rocks my world. Okay, right now I am using Hydrangea. Did I mention I'm doing all Simon Says stamp inks, which are beautiful? Soft Navy is next. I want to say something. Soft Navy is very potent. Okay, I don't even know if I stamped this one twice. But when I clean it, I pull out the old Simon Says stamp cleaner, spray her down, because I want to make sure I don't get any contamination into my next color, which is, I think it's Audrey Blue. I didn't want to get any navy into the Audrey Blue. Sometimes when you have really dark, vibrant, intense colors, I want to make sure I really clean the stamp, so you get any transfer. Okay, moving on. Stamping Audrey Blue twice. I just got off a FaceTime call with my oldest daughter, Alex, who flew back home. She stayed with us for 2 months. And then we got the call from her. She's playing soccer at her university in Illinois. And they said, everybody's got to come back early so they can quarantine. So we bumped up her flight to get her home sooner. And then when the time she flew home, they canceled everything with Corona and all that. Her classes, I think most of them will be online. Some of her art class, because she's an art major, graphic design. I mean, you got to go in to draw and to paint and ceramics and photography. That's kind of a face-to-face thing. And by the way, I'm trimming down my panel here. And I love to stamp on a larger panel, trim it down. You can trim off any mistakes, any excess. I've been trimming my panels lately to 3 1/2 wide by 4 3/4 tall. And then when you pop it up on a white card base, you have that nice, gorgeous white border around the edge that's like Shazam. Okay, now we're moving on to the sentiment. I have some nested circle dies here. I'm cutting a larger one out of vellum. Smaller one out of Neenah Solar White, which I'm going to stamp the sentiment on. So the Hello Sunshine obviously has a sun in it. So I'm stamping the rays into that circle die cut with lemon zing. And then I will stamp that solid circle for the sun right in the center. And then what I'm going to do is stamp the sentiment right over top of the whole thing. And that is the Hello Sunshine. I'm going to stamp that with VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Anywho, back to Alex. Little disappointing for her, you know. I feel so bad for the kids in their school. You know, she's been training so hard to get back to her soccer season. And, you know, college is like some of the best years, you know, and it's just hard right now. It's hard for everybody all around. Although I will say I feel very, very fortunate in that my job as a card maker, that I can stay home and hasn't really been affected by this pandemic. I can stay home still in my pajamas, whether or not I brush my teeth, you wouldn't know it. And I can make happy cards that look like I have it together, even though I'm a hot mess. And maybe tell a joke or two to bring some sunshine to you during these difficult times that we're in. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for supporting my channel, for leaving your kind comments. I really appreciate them. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.